everyone, Fluffy here. Well, it is Friday, so you know what that means. It is Fibro Friday. Today what we're going to discuss is symptoms, but these are the weird symptoms, the really strange symptoms that when you tell the doctors, hey, this is going on or that is going on, they look at you like, what? And then they start, you know, maybe you want to see a counselor. I believe y'all have been through it. Let me see some hands. I remember having this page, and it came up in my memories, and unfortunately, I don't have, well, let's see. There is a, up in the HTTP thing, there is a website. It's called Abranabra. Let me get the 4 eyes on. Y'all know. Barnabas.tripod.com. Okay, and these are the weird symptoms of fibro. So it's going to take us a while to get through it, but we can, because I think these symptoms are very important because they are the weird ones. And once you read them, because a lot of you don't know that some of these are symptoms, and you're going to be like, what? So let's go through them. All right. The following is an expanded list of common symptoms often associated with fibromyalgia. Not all patients will experience all of these symptoms, and each case is individual. We know that, correct? Pain, diffuse musculoskeletal pain and fatigue, the stress syndrome. Now they call this a syndrome. And this sheet came out, and this page was last updated May 5th, 2009, and we've learned a lot about it, but these symptoms really aren't listed anywhere, okay? So let's go back. Localized. This is all about regular fibro pain. Pain is often experienced very quickly after any repetitive movement, even something as simple as holding the arms up to brush or comb your hair. Yes, that's even like trying to take a shower to wash your hair, right? It says, okay, numerous vague, unspecified symptoms that wax and wane and cause fibro sufferers to just never feel good, right? You can't explain it. You just don't feel good. And that's the part that you're like, what is wrong with me? I just don't feel good anymore, right? Okay. Due to the lack of stage 4 sleep, muscle repair does not occur properly, and therefore muscles take longer to heal and regenerate after micro injuries or trauma. As is experienced by everyone in the day in life, micro trauma during exercise is not repaired in fibromyalgia syndrome patients in the same manner as it is in normal people. That's why last week when we talked about when you go into a flare, when you try to do exercise like they say to exercise will help, you do too much, we don't repair at night. So all this, every single episode, you know what I mean? It's all integrated. I need to pull this closer, yeah. Here we go. Thus, the muscle stiffness causes much more distress in fibro and takes longer to subside. Therefore, exercise is not refreshing but continuously causes pain, making patients reluctant to engage in an exercise routine. Yes, and this is when we get called lazy. I recently found out that apparently people that are close to me feel like I want to be sick. That's very frustrating. But this is exactly why, okay? Fibromyalgics, that's a word. I promise you it's right here. You'll see. Have 3 times the amount of substance P in their bodies than do normal people. Substance P is the vehicle that carries pain stimuli to the brain. The brain may also interpret the pain improperly and respond inappropriately. That's what I tell people all the time. When they ask your level of pain, for us it might be 10 or 11, when the average person who doesn't have fibro might say that same degree of pain is only a 6 and 7. That's when we get called sissy lalas. I'm a sissy lala. All right. Okay. What might be experienced as a tickle, itch, or annoyance normally is often experienced as pain in those who suffer with FMS, fibromyalgia syndrome. There are often more pain receptors in FMSers, therefore pain is magnified. Substance P, okay. Bilateral pain, meaning both sides, because I have bilateral PAR, which is fractures on both sides of my L4, L5 area. Bilateral pain is various points in areas throughout the body. There are 18 TPRs. We knew that, okay? Throughout the body. May feel bruised when touched. Yes, I get that all the time. Tender point is, okay. FMS patients may bruise more easily than others, and some may experience excessive bruising. This I do not have. It takes a lot to get me bruised. It really does. This bruise here, I know you've seen it in some of my videos. This one right here, that is still a bruise from 4 or 5 years ago since I've injured my eye. Going down the steps, I don't know if the banister did it or the actual steps did it. And I have a couple on my legs. But I'm not easily bruised. Do some of y'all, did y'all know that was the fibro? Okay, now this is an interesting word. Let's see if I can get it. My fog is better. Have y'all noticed that? Temporomandibular joint disorder in many FM patients. Temporomandibular. Oh, jaw pain. My kid's doing mime to me and I caught it. This one. Joint disorder in FM patients. Problems are encountered because of the abnormal tone in muscles around the joint, not because of the abnormalities in the joint itself. Pain in face and jaw. Okay? So, it's not TMJ per se, but I know X had TMJ and she got pain here. Grinding of the teeth at night, clenching of the jaw at night. I clench my jaw and I don't realize I'm doing it until I move and I relax and then I realize that I've clenched my jaw. I've never been accused of grinding my jaw. What about jaw? That's all fibro related. Headaches, tension, and migraine. We knew that. Visual migraines may also be experienced. Search visual or ocular migraines for more information. I suffer from ocular migraines. They're called something else though. And I've had 2 since I know that I have them. And when I had the second one, I had to go to an eye doctor. Did you know that? It was last time was when I was working at the last place. And they called, they called mine, optical migraines, yeah. And what happened to me was I felt like, you ever seen ice crystals form? Like when something freezes and they do it in fast motion, that's what it felt like. That it was going like that and then I couldn't see. And so I was in the main control area and I had to call for relief. And I panicked because I had to get out of that room because I couldn't see it. It took about 5 minutes. And since that was the second time that it ever happened, I suffer from, and I haven't had it since, so I don't know what triggered it. And I don't think this says. So, my kid just learned something about me. They call these visual. I got called ocular migraines, optical. Reoccurrent sore throat that comes with your flu-like symptoms. Reoccurrent sore throat. Chest pain, non-cardiac pain that may simulate cardiac disorder. This may be costochondritis, which is pain in the sternum or breastbone where the ribs attach. Search costochondritis for more information. Now this says, this was back in 2009, and my recent research in the last few years, no place else does it show that costochondritis is an actual symptom, but like a large percentage of fibro people have it. And it does. It's either pain or pressure, and it seems to come out of nowhere. You're not exerting yourself, so it really isn't a cardiac event. Because I can be sitting here, and now that I know what it is, I don't panic about it. But if you just newly started or you have any doubt, because it's your chest area, my advice is to go to the emergency room. I don't want any of y'all to say, well, Fluffy said it was costochondritis and it's a non-heart event. No, it's not what I'm saying. That's what I do. Only because Before I got diagnosed, I cannot tell you how many EKGs in the emergency room that I had. Someone complaining that is my size and my age, complaining of chest pain or pressure. That's the first thing the emergency room is going to do. So if you have any chest pain or pressure, my advice is to go to the doctor to rule out a cardiac event. But if you've been diagnosed with costochondritis, it's where it's coming from. Okay, heart murmur may be mitral valve prolapse. MVP occurs in up to 75% of fibromyalgics. Search mitral valve prolapse and fibromyalgia for more information. MVP. Oh, 75%. I don't think I have a heart murmur. Heart palpitations. For me, it was too much caffeine. I mean, I still get them every now and again, but not like before. Heartburn and digestive problems. Esophageal dysmotility or acid, or it says reflux, but acid reflux. You know, when your stomach juices feel like they're going to come up and it burns. That's what acid reflux is. My dad had a hiatal hernia, and they made him sleep on a wedge so that he kind of sat up a little bit when he slept to keep all the juices down. Back pain, usually low back pain. Oh, don't go away. Usually low back pain. Yep. May be exacerbated by muscle spasms in this area. A pillow placed under the thighs to tilt the pelvis while in bed may help, as it flattens the low back against the mattress. Pillows should be not under the knees, as it might contribute to causing blood clots. Sacral iliac instability and pain. Sciatica, the sciatic nerve?
Yeah.
Okay. We get that a lot, right? You know, I always talk about the extra pain that you get, and I imagine every time I say something, it shows up here. That extra pain you get, a lot of times it's in your neck, your occipital ridge up here, in your neck, in between what I call your wings, right? And it moves. That's the dog scoofing over. Hey! I'm trying to film over here. Oh, that stopped him. On this note, I'll have a cup of coffee. How many of y'all get pain in your butt cheek? I mean, seriously. And have you noticed that it's always mostly in our left butt cheek? How odd is that most of us have it on the same side? And I only know this because of the fibromyalgia groups I am in on Facebook. And when people complain about it, that's your sciatic nerve more than likely, because that runs all up and down your back, down into your butt cheek where they all meet, and down your leg. Yeah. So, okay. Joint hypermobility or laxity, lax ligaments, or what is commonly referred to as being double jointed. People who have this condition often ache and are more susceptible to osteoarthritis later in life. Studies suggest that joint hypermobility and fibro are associated, and that the hypermobility can play a role in the pathogenesis or development of pain in fibro. And it says for more joint hypermobility and fibro. I'll keep this page, and maybe we'll go back to some of these that it says to search. Just let me know if y'all want more information about that. Arm and shoulder pain, often burning type of pain, often between the shoulder blades, right, our wings. May go across the shoulders and down the arms. Neck may also be sore and or stiff. Arms may ache, or pain may be severe in them. One side may be more painful than the other. A small pillow placed under the arm to elevate it slightly when lying down is often helpful, as arms tend to drop down on the bed and pull on the neck and shoulders. Oh, howdy, yeah. Getting a lot of pain because this injection is starting to wear off, y'all. When riding in a car, it's awful helpful to place a pillow over your knees and rest your arms on it. This helps elevate the arms and shoulders and can alleviate the drag on them and stop arms from going numb if this is a problem. I do have numbness that happens on my arms. Posterior changes, shoulder hunched forward or rounded, head thrust forward, and neck kinked forward. I'm sitting that way now. Y'all watching me? Okay, keep going. Keep forward, chest sunken, low back pushed forward, causing abdomen to protrude. Knees locked, muscles in the back of the thighs flexed, all mechanism to find a comfortable position. Ain't that true? Do y'all, like me, get into the weirdest positions, especially in bed, just trying to find a comfy spot? Go article. Okay, let's see. Painful lymph nodes under the arm and in the neck. Yes. Carpal tunnel syndrome, numbness, tingling, and pain in wrists, hands, and or fingers. Pain in hands makes writing, typing, wringing out dishcloth, etc. difficult. There are some days that if I'm drinking a Shut Up Mona or something else, which most likely it's Shut Up Mona, but I have to get the kid to open them. Wringing out dishcloth difficult. Pain when plunging hands into cold water. Also, pain may be experienced on entering the water if swimming in cold water. Oh, yeah. Raynaud's-like symptoms. Numbness and tinglings in the extremity, especially in fingers, exacerbated by the cold. Yes, most of us fibro people, you got some that are the opposite, but heat makes us dizzy and vomity and faint, but cold hurts. Many fibromyalgics feel cold even when it is not particularly cold, inside or out. Often hands and feet are very cold. For me, it's my feet. Sometimes the sensation of cold seems to cause pain as well as giving this a sensation of cold. A warm shower will usually help to alleviate this sensation, whereas turning up the heat in the house does not. This is true. I can cover my feet with the blanket here because, you know, both the kid and the niece have PCOS, and so their body temperature is high all the time, so we try to keep it cool. They have to concede sometimes because of the chihuahuas, but for my feet, last night I had to take a bath early because I could not get my feet warm, and once I stepped in that water, oh my God, it hurt. And today my feet were cold, and the big dog didn't mean it, but clawed my toe. I thought my toe had been ripped off. Oh my gosh. Okay, move on, Fluff. Tennis elbow, pain in the elbow and forearm, yes. Dry, itchy, blotchy skin and or skin rashes, especially on the face, by the ears and jaw, and on the forehead. Y'all, I have this camera set on beauty. Thank you. It's got that setting because I've been, you know, when I got the flare, my face, the rash and stuff on my face gets worse. My psoriasis gets worse. So I'm here constantly picking at my eyebrows. When they can tell when I'm having an extra bad day, even if it's not in a flare, I get bumps all right in here. The rash is bad right in here. Yes. Okay, what about y'all? Any rash, it doesn't necessarily have to be fibro, because, I mean, psoriasis, because this isn't psoriasis, these bumps I get sometimes. It's terrible. And sometimes people, you don't want to go out because you're like, oh my gosh, you know, and then it's bad. This one, I know that you are going to be shocked that it's a fibro symptoms. Ridges. All right, it didn't show battery, but it's a brand new battery. First thing I filmed, and it says I got one battery stick left, dang it. Anyway, hopefully we don't have to stop again. It said that my memory card was full, and I know I was living on the edge because I thought this on the last video. I'm like, hey, I wonder how full this is. I haven't erased anything. Okay, so let's move on before this thing shuts off. Okay, where did we get? Oh, yes. This one will get you. Ridges may develop in fingers, nails, and toenails. Nails may split. Nails may break off easily. If they do grow, they may curve or curl under. I have that problem with my nails. You see how it flips up? And then this one is got a ridge in it. It kind of dips in the front. And my toes are worse. Yeah. And when you go to the doctor, they're like, what? No, that's not fibro. Fibro is a pain illness. Well, now we got it. Restless leg syndrome. Aching in legs, especially at night, causes legs to be moved constantly in an attempt to ease the pain or aching. I have not been diagnosed with that, but it has developed within the last few years. And when I drank that tea, I can't remember what it is. I haven't drank it for a while. It really did help. After I stopped drinking it, some of it came back, but I do have nights where I don't have it. Weak knees and ankles, cramps in legs. Yes, especially my upper thighs. It doesn't feel like a cramp. It feels like electricity is just shocking me. Foot pain, plantar arch or heel pain, maybe plantar fasciitis or just fibro feet. Orthopedic shoes and orthotics may help. I find that I'm less, and I don't know if it'll say it, where we're off balance due to our fibro, and the kid hates when I wear flat shoes a lot because I do better with like tennis shoes and shoes that hold my foot in well. So yes, we have, there again, the lazy thing where we don't want to get up and do stuff. Yeah, we're not lazy, we're in frickin' pain, people. Muscle and joint aches. Severe muscle weakness, yeah, and that's from us also not wanting to move, but this is severe muscle weakness. Muscle spasms may feel like tight knots or Charlie horse or lumps. Muscles contract but do not release properly. Muscles apparently may contract without receiving stimulus from the brain. Oh yeah, have you all had that? Twitching can be muscular, may experience eye twitch or facial twitch. Is it my right or my left eye? I think it's my right eye. My right eye twitches. Sometimes my left thumb, I can just see there, and it's just yes. Burning sensations in muscles throughout the body. Yes. Nausea may be caused by overload of pain stimuli bombarding the brain. Nausea may also be experienced when moving from a horizontal to a vertical position. That doesn't happen when I'm sitting up or laying down. It just can happen when I'm just sitting there. I've been getting more of it since my gallbladder's been giving me issues. But when it's the fibronausea, it comes out of nowhere, right? I mean, you don't change your diet or anything, and you're just sitting there minding your business, and then it's like, whoop. That is fibro, y'all. Recurrent flu-like illness with muscle pain and aching. That's the best way that I describe to people. I be like, you know when you first get the flu, where everything hurts, like even your hair? And they're like, yeah. I said, well, we feel that every second of every day. That's how I describe it. Weight change, usually gain, a feeling of swelling or puffiness might be experienced. May experience retention of fluid for a few days and then return to normal. May feel swollen even if inflammation and swelling are not actually present. Weight gain may also be due to the various medications used to treat fibro. All right, I can only blame some of my weight gain from this explanation. The other part is I can't let go of carbs, okay? I mean, I'm going to keep it real, right? Hair loss. Hair may come out in great gobs when combed or brushed. May notice hair coming out when it is being washed as well. Yes, I have been steadily losing my hair. It's very, very frustrating. And we are not our hair, but when you're a female, and it's hard. It is hard. Let's see. Sleep disturbance. Non-restorative sleep. This will be the last one. I think I'm going to do a part 1 and 2 because there is a lot of information. And when we get too much, fibro people, we might get bored, we might get distracted, and we don't pay attention. So after this one, I'm going to stop and we'll do part 2 next Friday. However, I will put a link to this article for y'all to read the whole thing yourself if you would like, and then just, read along with me next week. Sleep disturbances, non-restorative sleep may be described as not being able to fall asleep, not being able to stay asleep, or more common, I feel like I haven't slept at all. May awaken frequently and unable to return to sleep for some time, wake up full of pain, and feel more tired than on going to bed. And that's because we do not get into the restorative or healing sleep as indicated in the very beginning of this article. So how many of you, let me know in the comments, are shocked by some of these things that we've discussed? Did y'all figure it out on your own? Did you find an article like this where you're going, yep, yep, yep? Or are y'all like, oh my gosh, that's what that is? Because that's what I thought when I first found this article. So I hope this was informative and not boring, because it can get boring when someone is just reading from a sheet. But I feel like I don't get, come back, Fluff, if I do read it. So let me know what you think about this particular episode. God bless y'all. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Remember to always be kind and be your own advocate. Y'all, I can't stress this enough. Research, research, research. If there's something that you don't understand that we've talked about, ask me. I will try to find an article that will help you, because knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better you can help yourself. Okay? I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all real soon. Okay? Bye.